This is our holiday home in the south of France. We've been coming here for the last 2 years, sometimes once a month to renovate. Big project. It's a lovely quiet street to live in. The village reminds me of when I was growing up. It's like a time warp. Everybody stops in the street and chats to each other. They say good morning, and all the neighbours are really friendly, even though we can't understand a word they say. Next door is an old lady called Yvette. And opposite her is a guy called Hubert, who is in his late 70s and lives there with his disabled wife. He demonstrated. She walks like this. And Hubert is an old paysan. He's a countryman. He knows everything about the woods. He told us how he goes out on the dark moon to cut the best wood for walking sticks, and he lurks in his garage doorway selling these sticks to the tourists as they walk by to visit the donjon round the corner. €2 each, it's quite a bargain. And he carves them. Most of them have got his trademark symbol, which he calls love and peace. It's almost a CND symbol, but he doesn't seem to have got it quite perfect. He'd come and stand in our garage doorway where we were working on stuff and say, "Oh, what are you doing?" "I wouldn't do it like that," he'd say. In French, obviously. We worked out what he meant, mostly by gesture. He was very expressive with his hands. And he noticed we'd got this huge iron weight that had been left there by the previous owner, which, I don't know what it was for, you could hardly lift it. A great iron bar it was. He said, "Oh, I used to be a weightlifter. I used to be able to lift things like that. Couldn't now, though." He used to bring us bags of wild mushrooms that he collected from the woods. One year, just before Christmas, I arrived and found a sprig of wild olives stuck through my door handle. All the neighbours had one too. I didn't know who had done this, but it turned out it was Hubert. "They're a symbol of peace," he told me. And last time we visited, they said, "Hubert's in prison." What? That was quick. How did he manage to get into prison? He hasn't even had a trial. What was he in prison for? He was accused of molesting his granddaughters by his daughter-in-law. Well, what can you say to that? Not much. The street is empty without him, really.